back.
These athletes have been waiting a long time to square off. Here we go. Beautiful counter punch. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. They have no respect for each other's punching power. The crowd here cannot wait. They've been buzzing all day long, and finally, we're about to get it on.
It's so hot, so heated, there's a roof on here, you don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting under, you're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be hellfire on here.
Has to be careful for that receipt, it's always coming. Counter punches have to hurt. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. And he scores with the counter. There's a counter shot. They're both trying for a knockout. Shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz in that last round. Well, there was no doubt. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That jab misses. Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
He threw the hook, didn't land. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Andy Ruiz Jr. in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy. There's the bell to start round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Good counter punch. Do you believe what we are seeing? punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Beautiful counter shots. He's got to figure out a way to neutralize that length.
You have got long arms and you're the bigger fighter. You've got to keep him out there because you're not good at fighting up close and personal. Very, very good fighters can do that. Very, very good big fighters can do that. But use the jab, use the reach, and use that endless shot power.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz in that last round. After what we saw in that last round. Back at it in round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. They exchange punches. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. And he misses with that jab. Figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz Jr. in that last round. That was almost a 10. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just...
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. Andy Ruiz is dazed. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around them. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And now they're trying to get into their opponent's head. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Misses with the straight left. Perfect counter shot. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes. This is the beginning of round 6. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again or your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter shot. Catch and shoot. Jab misses. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
A perfect counter lands. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. That counter shot lands. They block the left there. Nice exchange here from both men. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz Jr. in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working. Round 7, here we go. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. How about that time counter shot? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz in that last round. And a round that's... And there's the bell for round 8. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. He threw a punch and just got countered. Counter punching. Charles Martin just got clipped hard. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
That counter punch caught him clean. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz Jr. in that last round. Pretty dominant. And we enter the ninth. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Missing with the hook. Nice counter punch. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and confident.
Whoa, Johnny! Andy Ruiz looks like he's in trouble. That was the moment.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will you do? What will you tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That big hook doesn't land. Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. Beautiful counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz in that last round. At this point, you got to believe this is the 10th. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
What heart, what desire. Oh, wait a minute. Andy Ruiz is rocked. How is this fight still continuing?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
They exchanged punches. Can't score with that jab. Uh-oh, Martin in big trouble here. Thought we were going... Nothing else he could do there but take a knee to stop the beating.
Best thing the fighter did, otherwise, you know what, pride's going to get you knocked out.
This round's still up. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz Jr. in that last round. We'll see how much endurance. And there's the bell for round 11. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
His stamina is off the charts. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come.
Oh my God, Johnny! Oh, that one got Martin good. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
3 days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
No rest for the weary. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. His stamina is off the charts. A very competitive round. Did you see that? Andy Ruiz on the verge of going down. Let's talk about Andy Ruiz in that last round. Stamina is up. And there's the bell to start round 12. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Andy Ruiz is rocked. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
And Andy Ruiz couldn't take any more. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, two, three, four. Give me your glove.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heel, but look at it. There's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Nice counter. Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Well done with that counter shot. Andy Ruiz looks like he's in trouble. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Well, you don't see it very often, but here it is. This fight ends in a draw.
You know what? That's fair. And for the fans, I feel sorry for the fans because they wanted to walk away with some winner. But eventually, these guys are going to have to do it all over again.